Let's do it.
Today, a big hit television show. What does it get? 10 million viewers. Here's what you got to understand. I Love Lucy, 60
million.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
When Winchell ended his broadcast by saying,
Lucille Ball is a communist.
Oh my God.
Just like that.
It was Lucy and Desi, so they were either tearing each other's heads off or tearing each other's clothes off.
It's time, America.
Why do I even, well, this gets because my husband's on the cover with another woman. So it caught my eye. The story chronicles a night on the
He was
town.
definitely a cheater. Being the Ricardo. Monday. Table read.
Is she talking to me?
Oh, they picked the perfect guy to play
You
him.
can see me.
Yes. They're both named Rusty. Rusty Williams is played by Rusty Hamer.
And Hamer's a communist?
He's 7 years old.
And he's interested in politics?
No! Are you drunk?
It's 10 a.m., Vivian, so, you know, of course.
Bob and Jess and I were...
Starting to get a little tired of your casual
Well,
insults.
my insults don't feel like putting on a fucking tuxedo for you, kid.
Jess, why don't you tell your supporting cast
Man.
that we don't work for him?
He said, well, I gotta rewind that. My insults don't feel like putting on a fucking tuxedo for you. I'm gonna use that one.
Lucy, you need to tell me right here and now what the hell is going on.
You don't want to talk to my wife like that, amigo.
Or what, Daz? You're gonna beat me up?
Oh, she will.
So we're done with introductions?
And if little Rusty is a communist, then I'm gonna beat the shit out of a 7-year-old kid. I have no problem with that.
Here they come.
I wanted to make sure because you haven't been here in a while. Is it because you've been going through puberty?
I look young. Yes,
Oh,
but I
man.
went through it a long time ago. And
A lot
I
of
haven't
trash
been here
talking.
because I've been directing. I've seen every episode of the show.
So have 60 million other people.
Man, she sounds just like her.
Professional television directors?
Pedro, Pablo, Jose. What? Because they're Spanish names. I mean, Latin names. They're Cuban names.
Thanks for clearing that up, Professor.
I'm just...
Okay, Ricky takes his hands away and turns her around.
Holy shit.
Oh, yes, of course.
Obviously not an insult aimed at Lucy.
Looking back, it may have been an insult aimed at Lucy, which was very unusual.
Do you remember the first time we met?
They should have started the movie like this when they first met. I don't like when biographies go out of order. Man, she's gonna get the Oscar nomination, man, for sure, because she does a real good Lucille Ball.
I got kicked out in New York.
Your fiancé?
Outside lane, please. You don't love me and I don't love you, and you cheat on me every chance you can get, and I pretend I'm stupid, so I'm moving out. I'll send someone to pick up my clothes, okay? Love you, but you know, not really. I interrupted you.
She looks like Ethel, man.
Looking at Lucy's face, I thought for sure
I'm
that...
pregnant.
It's not at all what I was going to say.
That's what we came to talk about. We were gonna have
This movie is funny as hell.
but
She has an audition
Wow, so she was like a writer. She put her own ideas in the story. Damn, they're like sisters, man. They look related. Look at that.
Just hang on.
A genius at work.
She loses an earring.
I don't know, man. I think this guy's a little too old to be playing Ricky Ricardo. Not too old, not a lot, but could have went with someone a little younger.
So you can see the table. Notice that a fourth place is set and say your next line.
My gosh, it sounds like her.
Someone else?
I'll be funny by Friday.
And when can we expect you to be funny?
They really didn't get along.
Lucy's pregnant.
With a baby?
Yeah.
how I'm not
12 weeks ago, I fucked my husband.
Well, what do you propose?
That the Ricardos had a baby.
What do you mean?
I told you it was going to be
Man, it's like
Lucy
alien to
Ricardo.
them. Oh, I heard about this. Back then, they couldn't even show a married couple sleeping in the same bed. That's how crazy it was. So yeah, they had the bed separated, and it's like everybody knew how you made a baby and everything, but they didn't want to see it on TV for some reason. Weird.
You can't do it. End of discussion.
End of discussion.
I'm sorry your mother looks like a weasel.
Now, Ethel.
Well, he should have more more consideration. After all, I gave him the best years of my life.
Were those the best?
All right, now you're even. Now, what are your
This
terms
is
for making up?
perfect, man.
Have we hired anyone to play Ethel yet?
All right, let's go.
Go forward or go back to the dinner scene? Cameras reset, props reset.
Someone's gonna need to tell us what was wrong with the scene in the first place.
You were in it.
Yeah.
Something fundamental was wrong.
You were in it.
I can figure out.
10 minutes, we come back to scene A.
No, we don't.
Maybe we don't, it's hard to say.
Because we want you at the weight you were when we cast you.
Otherwise, it'll be bad for Ethel?
Yes.
Or bad for you?
Oh, war.
All right. Kind of people go to a bar on a Wednesday morning.
It's an eclectic group.
Electric.
What are you having?
She's having a drink and she's pregnant.
Desi loves America as much as that guy. But that doesn't mean he's not Cuban.
I know that.
The world he's from has a very narrow definition of manhood.
I know that too.
The man is the man.
Mm-hmm.
And not for nothing, but
That's right.
women are happy.
That bottle of champagne is basically a grenade now, but all your other ideas were good.
Oh. Yep. All that running.
We're dropping your contract, Lucy.
What?
No, it's not a joke.
Are you sure this isn't a joke?
It's a tough business.
I know that. I've been in it since I was 14.
But you're 35 now.
Oh.
And that is the problem.
No.
Yeah.
The problem is you're really 39, aren't you? I've had to have this conversation 100 times.
I'm surprised because you're terrible at it.
Man.
Can I make a suggestion? Radio.
The
hell did you just say to me?
You've got the voice for it.
Fuck yourself, Betsy.
Oh. Put it down. He pretty much told her she has a radio face.
He says,
Lucy, I'm home.
Ah, that's where it came from.
He's funny. He devised the camera system that we use. He's the reason the East Coast doesn't see the show on a foggy kinescope.
Yeah?
And even though we use 3 cameras, the studio audience can see every
That's all
scene.
true.
That's
I read
it,
about
too.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Patronize me again, and I'll stick my hand down your throat and pull your fucking lungs.
Look,
Excuse me.
To all Philip Morris and CBS employees, don't fuck with the Cuban.
Oh.
What, you think I'd allow my
What
problem?
the fuck is going on?
What kind of show do you want it to be?
One where Desi plays my husband.
Oh, they don't like
I
that.
understand there's a casting issue.
There's no casting issue. I'm ready and eager to do a half-hour domestic comedy for CBS. If the role of my husband, let's call him Schmezzy, is played by Desi.
Do you see Desi as the 5th vice president of a bank?
I can't see him being the 5th vice president of anything. I can see him owning the bank.
You see the problem.
I see what you think is the problem.
We cannot have an all-American girl married to a man who isn't American. He's Spanish.
Still no. He's never been to Spain in his life. He speaks Spanish. He was born in Cuba. His father was the mayor of... who would be a movie star if there was such a thing as a Cuban movie star. Moreover, we work very well together.
Damn, she's putting it
When he's
down.
touring, he brings any cultural differences. Will make for good comedy. Am I right, Jess?
You're not
Yep.
wrong.
What's it gonna be?
You know, they actually skipped a little bit because I read that CBS didn't think Desi Arnaz was good enough for the show because he was Cuban. So I think him and her went on a tour and they did a stage play of it, of I Love Lucy. And people loved it, man. And that's what convinced them to go ahead and let him play Ricky Ricardo.
Jesus
I'm sorry.
Christ, Lucy. Sometimes I think that you...
Wait, what?
You're right. I'm sorry. I was dead wrong.
Have you ever said that to me before?
Oh boy.
If that means anything.
You gotta love people who can say I'm sorry.
Lucy Ricardo is married to a man 6 years younger than she is, and Ethel is married to her grandfather, and it's understood as the underlying premise for...
Does the FBI have any case against Lucy? Does the FBI have any reason to believe that Lucille Ball is a communist?
No, absolutely nothing. She's 100% clear.
Thank you, sir. One more question. Will you tell us your name, please?
This is J. Edgar Hoover.
What?
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your evening.
Man. And it stood up. Standing ovation.
This is my lipstick.
Oh, man. Yeah, he was a cheater, though.
Let's do the show, yeah? Let's just forget about this for a half hour. Yeah, let's do the show. Jim, let's go.
Damn.
It's not gonna get better than
Strong
this.
woman right there. On March 3rd, 1960, Lucy filed for a divorce from Desi. It was in the morning after their final performance together. Whoa. She waited till the show was over. All right. So, what do I think of the movie? It's really, really good, man. Really good. But the standout, Nicole Kidman. She's gonna definitely get the nomination, and I think she should win it. She's really that good. She went all in. She like transformed into Lucille Ball. It was kind of spooky. Like, man, anybody who probably knew Lucille Ball and saw that, they think she came back to life or something. Like perfect. Yeah, I grew up watching the show, man. Me and my mom loved it. I think, you know, if you're Latino, man, growing up, you gotta love that show. Casting, they picked the perfect people to play those characters. I mean, perfect. Every one of them. Cinematography on point, score. It's almost a perfect movie. Only problem I had is that, how do you say his name? Javier Bardem. A little too old to play Desi Arnaz. But that's not a big deal. You know, that's about it. And one other thing I didn't like, and I mentioned it during the movie, is how they don't start from the beginning. I don't know. That's what I like. And they skipped a few parts about their lives, you know, because I read up on it before. So I think it should have been more of like a series. You know what I mean? Like a few episodes, a mini series on Netflix or something, or Amazon. You know, but still good. So from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this movie a solid 9. Real good. And yeah, I definitely recommend it. Check out one of my audiobooks, ebooks, paperbacks down in the description below.